I guess I should look up and put in the countdown. There we go. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. It feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good girl. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. It feels so nice. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. That sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. Good morning, good morning. We're back this weekend. Ooh, Froggy. Have we figured out how many times this song plays during the 10 minutes yet? I don't think we have. Welcome. Come on in. We're talking about Potomac, Maryland today. It's not just where the housewives live. It's just not. It's just not, y'all. So if you want a different view of the DMV, join us today, and we're going to talk about Potomac. Oh, what's going on? You know, my husband never sits down with me at the beginning of this. I think he just thinks, it's just 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes of filler and just 10 minutes of, you know, whatever. Say good morning. I do think it's time for a new song though, baby. No? Yes? Maybe? Hello? Pete? Good morning. Good morning. Just come on in. Share it out. Let everybody know. We're talking about the DMV today. If you know somebody that lives in the DMV or wants to talk about the DMV or is thinking about moving to the DMV, that's what we're doing this morning. To be specific, we're going to talk about Potomac. We're going to talk about everything that happened in the DMV this week. And we're going to talk about giving yourself grace. Giving yourself grace as you prepare for your move, right?
Good morning, Libby. It's Libby GMZ. All right. Good morning. Good morning, Libby GMZ. Good morning. Good morning, S. Smith. Happy belated Mother's Day to everybody out there. I had a wonderful Mother's Day. My youngest daughter graduated from Howard, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. She transferred. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, though. But yeah, hang in there. We're going to talk about Potomac today. Good morning. I got you, Libby. Thank you. So you are so smart, S. Smith. We could talk about Howard University forever and ever. It's like that. It's like that in our hearts. So it's just such a blessing that our children, our first two children chose Howard. So we are really excited, and it was really special. It was our second child graduating from Howard. So we're 4 deep in our immediate feelings. So my parents went to Howard, and his sister went to Howard, and my sister went to Howard. So we're a Howard family.
Check.
Two more minutes. One more time, and then we're going to get started.
But that's going to freak them out now. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Welcome to Conversation with Heath and Tracy. We are here live in the DMV.
In the DMV.
Talking to you about
isn't his voice wonderful?
What's happening in the DMV. We are here to demystify your move to the DMV if you are so inclined. And Tracy and I are very open people, so ask us anything.
We cool. We're transparent, y'all. We are transparent.
I am easily the most transparent dude any of y'all know.
I don't think so. No, I'm more transparent. Sometimes I'll say things and he'll give me like the one of those kind of looks.
No, I'm saying transparency from the perspective of that is very easy to peer into my life and to see what's happening, what's going on, versus like there's a lot of mystery around this dude. Like, what's going on?
No, you're not mysterious at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I do love that.
I'm very transparent.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. I'm married, almost 31 years. I got 4 children. I live in the DMV. Corporate. I'm side hustling. It's just that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So that's what's going on.
Good morning, Care 007.
What's happening? What's happening, Care?
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Good
Welcome back.
morning.
Shout out to all the regulars. We appreciate y'all.
We love it when you all here. And you know what? I just want you to know this is your show.
Mhm.
So if there's something you want us to talk about,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it. That's why we just call it Conversations with Heath and Tracy. We just happen to be talking about the DMV every Saturday. So if that's what you all want to continue to talk about, that's what we're going to continue to talk about. But if you want to talk about other things, we'll talk about other things.
Ain't nothing wrong with healthy conversations. Somebody know where that's from. Oh, so if you have a question, y'all, that's your part, baby.
No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little behind
That's
this
all right.
morning.
That's all right. I got you.
You kept me up last
I
night.
got you, baby. It's all
Yeah,
good.
It was kind of rough.
She said I was snoring like that.
Oh Lord.
It's
He has
like-
his good nights.
It's a little, yeah. It's
and
a little.
he has his bad nights.
You know, you get a little phlegm thing going in your throat.
I don't know what it is, but I think we need to go ahead and invest in one of those beds
Yeah.
that I can hit the snore button.
Yeah, he just raised me up.
Yeah.
He raised you up.
Okay, they're good. So if you have a question, write Q. Just type your question in. We'll try to follow along. You're not yelling if you want to type in all caps. We have a friend that does that, and we're just kind of used to it.
It's all
now.
good, baby. Put a question in the comments.
Right.
And if you're thinking about the DMV, Trace and I want to help.
Yeah, we want to help. We've done it, and we've been here, 10 months now?
Something like that.
Yep.
Yep.
But we've lived here before. This isn't new to us.
Yeah, we went to Howard, and after Howard, we lived here. It was
For a
like
while.
Total of 8-10 years, and so
left, and now we're back. And we
we-
talk about North Carolina. If you have questions about North Carolina, we lived there for 10 years. We've lived in Atlanta.
shout out to North
Yep.
Carolinians.
And today we're talking about Potomac, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not talking about the housewives.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna do a deep dive and see if I could get one of the housewives to come on with us, but
No.
I decided not to.
I like them. I think they're my favorite. I think the housewives of Potomac are my favorite.
What's your favorite? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Your favorite of the housewife franchise.
Well, they went a little left last year. I'm going to
Okay.
be honest with you.
Mhm,
They went a little left. I am not, never mind, I'm not going to say names.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan of some of the girls.
Mhm.
But from what I understand, I'm not sure they're on there anymore. Because I'm not, yeah, I can go there.
Yeah.
But I just don't think we should be seen in that light on television.
And to
I
people
think we
who
need
know-
to control the narrative when people of color.
To people who know the housewife franchise like really deep, we actually are friends with one of the housewives of DC. See, y'all, some of y'all don't even know about the housewives of
Yeah,
DC.
they don't exist anymore, baby.
But they are part of the franchise.
yes.
They did have a Housewives of DC show for
And
one.
yes,
for
we have
one
a
year.
friend.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
do have a friend.
That's all I was saying.
And we actually know very well one of the producers of Housewives of Atlanta.
See,
So there you go.
We rolled
But
deep
that's
with
as
the
far as
franchise.
the connection is going to ever be, just so you know.
You don't know what the
Yeah.
future
Oh,
holds.
no. That's it. That's it.
You might be good friends with one of the housewives 5 years from now. You never
ain't
know.
going to catch me out there.
No. That's different than being on the show.
No, I'm not going to be on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
And
so,
if it's first, if this, we're also going to talk about what happened in the DMV as we do every
yeah,
week.
we talk about that every week, like what happened in the DMV. We have some stuff. We got some stuff for you. And then
Do we have any design your life tips?
Yep, design your life. We're going to talk
Okay.
about giving yourself grace
Hey,
when you're relocating.
so
There's some
important.
great tips that we're going to talk about.
And if this is your first time here, I'm Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
Trace and I are married podcasters.
Are we really married? Sometimes it's just like we've been married so long. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. It's like we've been married so long
Okay.
that I forget we're like. It's like you're just in my life.
Right.
It's just like you're my partner,
Right.
and you're my friend, and you're my lover,
Yep.
and you help me with the kids,
Yep.
and we don't have kids anymore. I think that's so weird.
You
I think
always
I'm
have
going
kids
through
once
it,
you have
y'all.
kids,
I think
baby.
I'm going through it.
You always have kids once you have kids, baby.
Okay, did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Okay, so if you want some positivity,
If you want a positive, upbeat vibe,
we keep it light.
join us every Saturday, 11 a.m. EST. Trace and I are parents, podcasters, and joyfully mad after 30 years.
Did y'all know we had a podcast?
And we want to be a part of your life.
So if you need help relocating and you want to talk about moving here, take a second and subscribe
Hit that
to
subscribe
our
button.
channel. Our channel has a lot of different things on it, but this is the only live show on our channel right now.
That's true. That's true.
So,
And if you're new here, definitely let us know down in the comments. Type new you.
and welcome to all the new yous.
We want to chop it up with you after the show. So make sure you type new you down in the comments so we can chop it up.
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy.
Boom. Welcome back to Conversations with Heath and Tracy, where we demystify your move to the DMV. Today on the docket, we are talking about the infamous, the well-known, the upper echelon city, town dwelling known as Potomac, Maryland.
So we got a little film for you.
Tracy and I went to Potomac last week.
Wait a minute.
We kicked it with y'all.
Oh no, I
What's wrong,
forgot
baby?
to take out the sound, y'all.
Oh, we had the sound. We had the radio playing. What's going on? I'll talk over the radio so they can't hear, baby. They'll just see the beautiful sights and sound. Are you singing?
No.
So Trace and I decided to take a little drive. So we went out to Potomac last weekend, and we had the music playing in the car, and Tracy was taking some video. And so this is what you're seeing. This is actual footage that Heath and Tracy took. This is not stock photography or stock videography. This is Heath and Tracy in the car in Potomac taking y'all on a tour.
Oh, I don't know if I like
so,
this.
No, it's fine. It's different, though.
Oh, wait, I can mute it.
This is different. You got to mute the music?
Oh, I did it.
Oh, Tracy muted the music. Okay.
That was disturbing. I'm sitting here in shock. I'm like, what are we going to say? What are we talking about?
See, that's back to that transparency.
That was scary. That was scary, y'all. Because I could be talking about folk.
Oh, so this is the beautiful Potomac, Maryland.
So
this is one of the neighborhoods.
So Potomac, Maryland is a suburb. It's a community. It's about 15 miles outside of D.C.
Yep.
So it's going to be on the Maryland side, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just outside the Beltway. This is one of our outside the Beltway neighborhoods. It's not a mix at all.
Yeah.
It's strictly bucolic mansions and suburban homes. It has some commercial properties here and there, you know, grocery stores and things like that. It's mostly large houses.
There's a lot of big houses in
as
Potomac.
you can see.
There's a lot of big houses out there.
And huge yards, right?
Yeah.
So it's really relaxing. It's really quiet. You know, if you want to get out of I think it's like it's a country house vibe to me.
Yeah, it's a nice little run out there, and people living in Potomac have easy access to some of the area's best outdoor recreation. The
They got
Billy
some
Goat Trail.
cool things. Yeah, you can go to Great Falls out there.
Over in Great Falls is right across the river from there. It's a particularly popular attraction for hikers and outdoor enthusiasts.
Yeah.
It's a 4.7-mile hiking trail.
Yep.
It's divided into 3 sections, and hikers can learn more about the area's history and the Great Falls Tavern Visitors Center.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of shopping, not a lot. Most people around here shop at Tyson's in Virginia, which is right near our house. But it's mostly residential. It's straight residential. You got residential schools, little restaurants here and there. It's mostly for locals. It's very local feeling there. The shopping center is designed as an outdoor mall, so it's got like plenty of trees, as you can see. It's got like little quaint brick buildings, you can stroll through and everything. And then you've got everything is that's like the city center that we're showing you right now. Then that's pretty much it,
Right. Yeah.
So not a lot going on
everything
in
else
Potomac.
Super residential.
It's just very, very upper echelon.
Yeah.
Very, very. I want to be out here in my part of the world.
Yep.
I might work in D.C. or something like that, but as you can see, you need a lawn man.
Yep. Got to have a lawn man on deck.
You need a housekeeper.
Got to have the housekeeper for them 10,000 square feet out there.
This is not, your typical suburb.
Right.
Not typical at all. Not even close. So I don't think I saw one small house. There.
Yeah, some of our folks who maybe lived in Atlanta, right? You're accustomed to
like
the big
house.
houses and all of that stuff. You definitely have some kind of Atlanta suburban vibes when you go out to Potomac, but it's on a different level.
Yeah, Atlanta's not even close.
It's on a different level in terms
Atlanta's
of
not close.
Just the scale of the properties.
Yeah, and the scale of the homes. It's like a giant Buckhead. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
It's like a giant. If you've ever been to Buckhead in Atlanta, this is like a gigantic Buckhead.
So if you want to be out here in Potomac, make sure you bring the bag, bring the lawn man.
I think the homes are. I think the homes are
housekeeper.
Reasonable. I think for what you're getting, the homes are reasonable. The homes in Arlington and D.C. cost the same, but you're getting a lot more bang for your buck.
Yeah, but so here's the thing, though. When you get a house that size,
you got to pay for it.
That's all I'm saying.
Woo! Your taxes are lower. It's like
lower than what?
lower than oh no, your taxes are higher. I'm sorry. The taxes are higher in Maryland. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Potomac.
But bang for the buck if this is
definitely
what you're looking
bang
for.
for the buck. If you
Right.
want a big house,
If this is what you're looking for.
if you want a lot of land,
Yep.
if you want, privacy,
Some exclusivity.
Yes. We're working on doing more videos too, guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you want more privacy, if you want more exclusivity, if you want to, I think a friend of ours told us that some friends of ours used to live in Potomac, actually. And they said the reason why the houses are so big and out there is because the first .com era, they started building larger. And then these are some of the smaller homes that we're driving past now.
These are the smaller.
These are the small homes in Potomac. Excuse me. During the .com era, a lot of people were entertaining. So because they were entertaining, they needed all this space. They needed all this grand space. For parking and entertaining.
The other thing I wanted to add was that the reason why we decided to do Potomac was because we had a request.
Yes,
for Potomac,
we did.
Right? So we
We
just wanted to
did.
remind y'all if there are specific areas that you want to see or hear about,
Let us know.
drop it in the comments.
And we'll try to do more video now that the weather is broken, now that some of the restrictions have lifted. We'll get into that later in the show.
So talk about this map right here, baby.
So as you can see, Potomac is smack dab in the middle. It sits on the Potomac River. It's
named for the Potomac River.
I guess, yeah.
It
I guess
is.
that's
It
a good
is.
point.
Yep.
And if you look at the little top of the triangle here over where it says Silver Spring, that's DC inside that triangle. So that gives you an idea of how close you are to Potomac. It's not too hard to get there. It's directly outside of the Beltway.
Yep.
So I don't think it's bad at all. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to live out there, it's certainly accessible.
Of course, it has an A+.
Okay, not the A+.
When was the last time we saw an A+?
It's been a minute, but see, we were doing the neighborhoods that are coming up,
Yeah, we were
right?
doing those
So
for a minute.
it makes sense that those wouldn't be to
They
the
were
A+
like,
level yet.
They were A-.
Yeah,
and stuff.
whereas this community
This
has
is
been
a well-established. It's probably one of the most well-established
Right.
communities in this area.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, public schools, A+, housing. I think it's a B because it's expensive.
Right.
It is excellent for families. It is an excellent community
Oh,
for
yeah.
families.
Yeah. The kids
I
can go out,
love
they can
how
run
they have
around.
that dash for crime and safety. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Put a pin in the crime
Put in
and
the
safety
pin in the
conversation.
crime and safety conversation. Nightlife B. I don't think there's any nightlife in Potomac, y'all. I think that needs to be like a D.
Street light.
Diversity
Mm-hmm.
B+. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Population.
Mm-hmm.
You believe that many people live in Potomac?
45,940.
That's a lot of folk.
Yeah. And I think the other juxtaposition of that is because the population is so big, and then you look at the average income, it really is mind-boggling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what their rankings are.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course,
Best
place
places
to public schools. They do have public schools
Yep.
in Potomac, and they are highly ranked.
That's good.
To be expected. Because why? Because people that pay that much money for their homes are
Yep.
not going to sit around and just let the school board make decisions for their children.
Mhm.
They're going to be involved. They're going to go to meetings. They're going to be in the classrooms.
Yep.
And that's what everybody needs to do more of. It's just what they do.
Plus,
Suburbs with the best public schools in Maryland and best place to raise a family. I definitely agree with that. If our kids were younger, we probably would have moved to Potomac.
yeah, definitely would have been strong consideration. No doubt.
Okay, cost of living and just overall. So Potomac is much higher.
It's a little more expensive. A
It's
little more
almost
expensive than
double.
the average place
It's
in the
almost
U.S.
double the average place in the United States.
Yeah.
Groceries are higher. Everything is going to be higher out there, just
Mm-hmm.
because they have different palettes and they have different needs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a different kind of feel. Health is lower for some reason.
Yeah, we might want to do a deep dive into that.
I know what that. I think. Oh no, it's lower because you have access. The access is different, so I think that's why the cost is lower for health.
I got you.
Housing is 3 times, almost 4 times that in the United States.
Right.
Median cost of a home, as you can see, is about $866,000.
866.
And like I told you,
Mhm.
it's you get more bang for your buck in
Right.
Potomac because
Right,
that's
right.
about what it is in DC.
Right.
But you're not going to get the 10,000 square foot house.
Yeah,
or-
in DC, that 866 represents maybe a townhouse or a traditional row house or a
Right.
single family property
Yeah.
in an up and coming area or a really super solid neighborhood. Whereas in Potomac, that might get you something like 6,000 or 8,000 square feet and an acre or more of land.
Yeah, at least 2 acres of
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
Yeah. Utilities are going to be higher simply because your home is larger.
Yeah.
Transportation costs are higher because you're further away from the city centers.
Mhm.
And it miscellaneous, I don't know what that is. So
But it's about the same as the U.S.
okay. Employment information. So I was a little surprised at the income per capita. And I'm going to assume it's because a lot of people out there are business owners. You know?
Yeah, and I think the other piece of that too is the large amount of people that are out there, right? So a lot of times, the population sizes that we're looking at in these other areas may not be quite as many as 45,000.
Right.
So that dilutes it some.
The job growth is lower probably because mostly it's just retail and services. So
Yeah,
that's going to shrink definitely.
But double clicking back into that household income, 187 versus the average household income in the United States was 57.
Oh.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
So just
to be expected.
just want to call that out.
Places like North Potomac. So North Potomac is fairly new. I call
Places
it Rockville.
places like Potomac. So North Potomac.
McLean, most definitely. As a matter of
yep.
fact, you drive over the bridge from Potomac, you're in McLean, doesn't feel any different.
Right.
It's exactly the same. Have we done McLean?
I
I don't think we've done McLean. We live next door to McLean.
Can't remember.
So McLean is, I think the difference is McLean has more trees. And go ahead, baby.
No, I was just saying. A lot of times people think about the kind of sister town in Virginia to Potomac it being Great Falls, but McLean is essentially tied to that
Yeah,
as well. So it's all kind of the same.
Yeah, they think Great Falls, but I think more McLean. So McLean is cool. I think it has more shopping and everything in McLean.
Yeah, 'cause
to
it's
me,
closer to
because it's
Tyson's.
closer to Tyson's. But the thing about McLean, and the biggest difference is it has more. It's more tree property. It's not pasture property. It's more tree property.
Okay.
Travilla is just a suburb of Potomac.
Yeah.
Basically. And
Yeah,
then
Kensington,
South
Maryland.
Kensington, Maryland. Yeah, definitely. And what are we talking about the residents? So median household income. I don't know about this, y'all. I think is this wrong? I think this is wrong. I
Yeah.
must have the wrong.
It's all right, baby. It's all right.
Okay, so
Go
we'll
to the
get rid
next
of
slide.
that. The
Go to the
next one,
next
let's
slide.
say people. Yeah, so this was, 67% of people in Potomac are are married.
Yep.
A few divorcees. You've got a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
A lot of families.
Most
which makes sense.
people that live in Potomac are of the lighter persuasion.
Yep.
You have about 5% that are black. So don't think.
So
just because-
everybody in Potomac
I
not
don't
black
know
like the
why.
housewives?
I don't know why people think that. I just do not know why people think that.
Because of the housewives.
Well, that's why they're elevated.
Yeah.
Because there aren't that many. And I don't think a couple of them even live. Like, I think one of them lives in Arlington. The new one lives way out in Maryland somewhere. She doesn't live in Potomac.
It's all right, baby. I think they all lived in Potomac at one time.
No.
At one time they did.
No.
And then homegirl moved to Great Falls.
No.
And then
No,
homegirl
the
has
only ones that live
businesses
in Potomac is the one that's not on the show anymore
Uh-huh.
and the one that moved back.
I see Tracy just giving her her deep inside view of the location of the housewives.
Yeah, they don't live in Potomac, y'all. Just so you know.
They live in Potomac.
No, only one.
But they used to.
Only one. When the show started, they all lived in Potomac.
Okay.
But no, they don't live. One of them lives in Bowie.
So I think the other piece connected to this race thing was how we were looking at that data earlier, and it was sort of showing why it was giving like a B+ for
Diversity.
diversity. So
Yeah.
you can sort of see what that is, right?
Working in Potomac. So unless you're in information systems or, service industry, there's not like a job center out there at all. The job centers are in Tyson and DC and Arlington.
Yeah.
That's where the job centers are.
But that's another. This is probably an updated number connected to the one we
This
were
is
looking
the
at
right
earlier.
one. Yeah, this is the right one.
So 195K in terms of household income.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of bread. So just understand.
Residents, most people have higher degree.
Yeah.
Not really that much diversity, and not, it's just, it is what it is. Politics still very liberal. Maryland is very liberal. Montgomery County is very liberal.
Yep.
It's just not. I think that it's probably a little bit redder out there. They just didn't want to show us. Real estate, like we said, it's called dense suburban. I don't know about that. I don't know about dense suburban. I think it's country.
The way it feels in the areas of Potomac that we were visiting was a little more kind of country
It's not
suburban.
dense at all.
If Heath and Tracy were doing this slide, we would say country suburban.
We would say country suburban. It is not dense at all. Maybe they use the word dense because it's a lot of people.
A lot of people in Potomac, yeah.
But a lot of people that have at least 2 acres.
So there you go.
Median rent, y'all. You see the home value in the median rent?
Yep.
It's an option if you're looking at D.C. or Arlington and some of the higher areas.
Yeah. The other thing I want to call out here is that the almost 90% of people that live in Potomac own their house.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But although we did look out there.
We did.
Yeah,
We
there
did.
are a few options.
They got a few places to rent out there.
So as far as purchasing a home, you need to bring at least $780,000.
Bring the bag.
Yeah. So there you go. And it's pretty regular looking houses for $1 million. But you are going to get that space. You are going to get those schools. You're going to get that family type lifestyle for renting. It's pretty average, unless you want to spend $15,000 a month.
Which you can.
You can spend $15,000, but you can also find a nice little townhome. It's saying Bethesda, but it's like right there.
Right down the line.
I know it's right where it is.
Bethesda, Potomac.
It's a little under 3 if you want to get into that school system, if you want to have that lifestyle.
Yep.
For a townhome, it's going to be more like the 4,600 that you see, and I think that's high for 3,700 square feet.
I mean, that's a big townhouse.
Yeah,
though,
that is a big townhouse. And then you have a nice home in Potomac. It's probably Potomac proper. We did look at a house there.
We
and
did?
the kids felt it was a little too small.
We looked at a few houses in Potomac.
Yeah, we did. But
I mean, in terms of the houses that were on our list that we were dissecting.
looking at, yeah. But $3,850 for that house it's a little bit more because it's just smaller, but you're probably better off buying in Potomac.
Yeah, let me just call out this. Just looking at these 2 properties on the top, baby. So the one on the one that's $3,850 is
That's a single family.
single family, and the one that's $4,600 is a townhouse.
But it's newer.
So the one that's $4,600 is newer.
Yeah, and larger.
And it's bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming maybe the location might be slightly better.
I would think so.
So,
that's what you're
those
looking
are the kind
at
of things
there.
you have to kind of dissect.
And, if you got the bag for the one in the bottom,
15 G's.
yeah, that means you need to be bringing down at least 40, 50 a month. Just so you know. Keep it. If you like anything you see, hit that like button. That helps us.
Hit the thumbs up, please.
That helps
Whether
us.
watching on the live or the replay, please hit the like
hit
button.
the like button.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is your commute, guys.
Hey, make sure you got the audiobooks teed up.
Make sure you have a nice car, that air conditioning that works and heat that works. So
Hey,
you get that tire membership.
Them heated seats come in handy on those long
and
drives.
get that tire membership.
What you mean, like you get like a little hole in your tire or something? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Like
you got to get the tire membership.
the tire membership.
You don't remember when we had like tire memberships?
Yeah, I think I do.
See, those days are long. We haven't commuted like this, y'all, in at least 10 years because we gave it up.
This is that Atlanta stuff right there.
This right here, this is a no for me. This
It's all
too
good
much.
though.
It's too much.
If you live out there and you in this virtual world and you working from home and you enjoying your palatial estate, that might be right up your alley.
Schools, as you can see,
A plus.
A plus all the way.
plus, A
Public
plus.
schools.
A plus.
So if you're looking for schools, the
A
schools
plus.
are super, super important. You can find a house to live in Potomac. Do not think you can.
Not the Winston Churchill High School.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's-
Walt Whitman. It's all good. It's all
yeah,
good.
but you can live there, and I think it's a great place to retire if you're thinking about if someone you know is older. It's a great place to find a home.
Oh my gosh. Smith.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for watching the Potomac. I think Potomac is a beautiful place to live.
Potomac, Maryland.
I didn't talk about crime.
Are we? Are we going to
I don't know
transition
where
to
the
our
crime-
questions before we talk about
No,
crime?
I want to talk about crime really quick.
Okay.
So
We're talking about crime, the crime report,
I tried to find
the
crime.
crime data, the
Did
crime
I find
statistics,
crime data?
the statistical
I
analysis.
tried
of
to
the crime.
find crime.
I think you did find something after doing some digging.
Yeah. And
So what were you going to say about that, baby?
so the crime data is hard to find on certain neighborhoods. It's I didn't believe this before, but now I do because we do this every weekend. I literally am looking for crime data every weekend on these different neighborhoods.
Trace is the chief producer of the show.
And what I have found is the lighter persuasion neighborhoods
Uh-huh.
don't show crime.
They just had the
little dash.
just a little dash.
Just a little dash. What the
Crime for this neighborhood is
dash? And so what happens is when the appraisers go in, there's no information.
okay.
But you look up the predominantly brown black neighborhoods,
Okay.
they gonna have that crime statistic.
The data's there.
The data is there.
Amazing.
But let me share something with you. While we were driving around Potomac,
Okay.
having a wonderful afternoon,
We did have a beautiful
it was
day.
very
didn't
nice. It was very nice.
we? Yeah.
We decided we wanted some water. We wanted to pick up some bottled water,
That's-
and we also
that's cool.
needed some gas.
Let's cruise in over here at the
So we pulled in that little city center I showed you. We pulled into the gas station. I ran in, and I was like, what? Y'all got plexiglass? The gas station in Potomac
Uh-huh.
had the thick plexiglass from the countertop all the way up. All I could do is shove my money underneath the thing.
Okay.
I was so shocked. I said, y'all got plexiglass?
What did the dude say, Trey?
He said, yep,
Yep.
yep. I was like, wow.
Wow, this is
He looked at me like I had two heads.
that's like some DC 80s stuff right there.
I was like, we live in Arlington. We venture into DC on the regular.
Yep.
I cannot remember the last time I walked in and saw plexiglass.
That was like the 80s. We would go into the spots.
Oh, yeah.
The little
They have
corner
little
joints.
turn things
The
so
little
they
turnstile. Put the money in. Put your little food.
I
and
was
your-
like, oh, so y'all got crime. So I did find the crime, y'all.
Okay.
They have more crime
Mm-hmm.
than the
Than the-
rest of D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
The
I
average
had to
was
show
higher.
that to you.
Mhm.
The average was higher. Violent crime and property crime.
That is so interesting.
But it's not in the data anywhere.
Yeah, the data doesn't show it.
The data does not show it.
Interesting.
Keep that in mind.
Just points
Just
to know.
keep that in mind.
Things to know.
Things to know.
Tips
I was
from Ethan
really
Tracy.
shocked. Well, I couldn't believe I was like,
Wow.
I thought I was in Potomac.
Yes, Potomac.
Child,
Maryland.
please.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Soapbox is now removed.
Okay, I was just like, people don't know. People don't know.
Let's transition to some questions, baby.
I don't think we have any questions,
I
baby.
mean, we can at least look at the comments
Okay,
over here.
let's look at the comments.
What about some transition music?
Okay, good. Oh. See, you got me going over here.
Give me a little music over here. It is now the time of the show where we're transitioning segments from the informative nature of the statistical data
I think
connected
you
to
really
Potomac,
like this.
Maryland, to engaging with our audience. Let's see
You are
who's
welcome,
saying hello
Kier
this morning.
007. Thanks for the video.
Kid
Really-
007.
Yeah, it does. We're going to try to do that more often. Like I said, we're going to get out more
Yes.
and try to do that, you know.
Shout out to Kid 007, a regular here on the show.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hello, Gorgeous Wales.
Gorgeous Wales.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
In the building, we got the Midwest representing.
Esmond said, that's a no for me, too.
That's enough for me, dog.
That's a no for me.
Shout out to S.
Yes,
Smith,
Kier,
another
that
regular on the
is-
show.
Yeah, I had to do that too. Get you the little emoji. Okay. So try to look that up. Just because it's a certain persuasion of people there does not mean that it has low crime. I think they do that to help their appraisals. And there was a story in the news this week about appraisals.
Yeah, so we got a long history of redlining down here, don't we?
It's reverse redlining.
Yeah.
It's reverse. Let me just stop there for a second.
Yeah, that's not the subject matter
No,
today.
we stay high on here. So yeah, it doesn't surprise us either, Libby. It
Yeah.
doesn't. Yep. Why aren't we surprised though, y'all?
Because people are people and stuff happens.
Yeah. definitely a no.
No. Smith. Shout out to Ed Smith. What's up,
Okay,
Libby?
Libby, wait a minute now. This
Libby is enjoying.
No, he does not walk around the house talking like this. Just so you know.
The sights and sounds of the Heath and Tracy show, commentated by the Heath Man.
Okay, baby.
Yes, happy Saturday to our audience.
So what's in the local news, baby?
It's so good to see everyone, to hear everyone. Local news. What's going on this week in D.C.? Let's talk about the next section of the show where we talk about what's happening in the DMV.
Ooh, child.
The mask is coming off, y'all.
What y'all think about
The
this?
mask is about to be dropped. The CDC's like, yo, we don't need no mask. We don't need no stinking masks. No mask on the inside, no mask on the outside. If you got your shots, if you inoculated up, you Gucci out here, according to the CDC.
How you go from two masks? How you go from two masks
There was dividing two masks, what was that, a couple weeks ago?
to no masks?
Put the two masks on, because you got this variant out here floating around, and put the two masks on. But yeah, so, this has created a lot of conversation, right, for the different states and municipalities. You have to be, the state of Virginia was already talking about lifting some of the restrictions. The same thing in Maryland, right? D.C. has been a little more stringent during the course of the panorama. But so Ralph Northam, who is Ralph Northam,
your governor,
who is the governor of the great state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, said after midnight Friday, anyone who is fully vaccinated will not be required to wear masks indoors or out, except on public transit, in healthcare facilities, or in congregate settings, as outlined by the CDC.
Larry Hogan, he's the governor of Virginia, said.
Governor of Maryland.
I'm sorry, of Maryland, said they're lifting their mask mandate also, including indoor, outdoor sports, entertainment venues.
It's about to go down. The fate of masks in the district was still unresolved on Friday. D.C.
They're like, we're not ready.
The D.C. City Administrator Kevin Donahue said in a call with council members that a new mayoral order and revisions to health guidance were likely to come out between Monday and Wednesday.
But that makes no sense because they
clarifying new regulations before most capacity restrictions in the city are lifted May 21st.
Exactly. So they already said full capacity for restaurants May 21st, but they still trying to figure out if you need to wear a mask.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Y'all got it backwards in DC. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
They're opening up museums. They're opening up sporting facilities, sporting events. It's about to be full capacity, y'all. DC is opening back up along with the rest of America. So look, if y'all want to come visit, check it out. See if you might want to consider moving to DC at some point. This summer
it's gonna be open.
This summer is gonna be open. So just wanted to let y'all know, putting that out there.
Yeah, S. Smith said I'm still wearing a mask. You know what? We are fully vaccinated, but I'm still wearing a mask. I just feel like you need to wear a mask. People are ew. I've just really learned people are ew. I take my hand sanitizer.
Oh man.
I do the washing. I do this thing now before I leave a restaurant or a store or any place like that. I go to the bathroom and I wash my hands.
Okay.
And then I don't touch anything on the way out. And then I get in the car and I hit the hand sanitizer. So then I had to go buy.
Yeah.
I had to go buy the hand lotion.
You got the lotion. Okay.
Because it's a lot of hand washing going on.
Yeah, I think that Smith brings an excellent point, right? I think one of the things that the panorama has taught us is that cleanliness is not a strong suit in the world.
It's just not.
And so those of us who were reared by people who took cleanliness seriously, you keep your body clean. You make sure that you're not touching things that are dirty. You also,
basics.
if you're in public spaces, you need to make sure that you wash your hands. And then as it relates to, airplanes or confined places, one of the things we learned about restaurants was the air ventilation and that kind of thing can carry the virus, right? And so the idea is that you have to bring logic more to what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And make sure that your antenna is always up around how many people are around you, whether your environment is enclosed, and keep your mask on deck.
Yeah. And how do I know if you've been vaccinated or not?
You don't, right? And so I think the other piece is that just recognizing, hey, if you're feeling a little sick yourself, you should probably mask up. And the other thing is understanding, especially in certain times of year, when cold and flu season kicks in, that other people are going to be dealing with just kind of normal viruses, right? And so you need to be masked up. So I think at the end of the day, you just want to keep that in the forefront of your mind.
Baby, that was so eloquently said.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened? What else happened in D.C. this week? Did y'all have some gasoline situations where y'all were living?
So if you don't know what happened last week, some hackers hit the Colonial Pipeline, which is
one of the main pipelines on the East Coast.
Pretty much the Southeast Coast.
They ran from Texas all the way up the East Coast.
No, I think it's Florida.
No, I think it was coming out of Texas.
No.
But anyway, but the point is, people didn't have no gas.
But wait a minute, let me finish the story.
Go ahead, baby.
So the hackers hit the pipeline. It was a denial of service. If you don't know what that means, they basically take over your services and they say, send me some money.
That wasn't a denial of service. It was a ransomware thing.
It was ransomware?
It was ransomware.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a difference between the two.
Yes.
So they said, send us money or we're going to take over. So
more specifically, they said, send us 5 Bitcoin.
Yeah, 5 million Bitcoin.
5.
And I think they got their money because they sent out an apology saying we did not mean to disrupt anything. We just wanted our money. Those idiots shut it down thinking that was going to do something. It does not. You don't hit reset and get the hackers out of your system. That's not how it works. And it took them a couple days to turn it back on. So it was a mess. It was a mess around here. We live in a very dense area. And we have gas stations almost on every corner. And
there was lines at the pump.
It was lines like backing up and, all throughout.
You're like, what's going on? It's
right.
like that?
And, good thing it was, we know it wasn't out west.
Yeah.
So what happens is you look at your tank more because we don't really gas up that much because everything is so close. We don't even think about it because everything is so close. And so
and you're traveling so infrequently.
I took my son to work this week, and on the way back, I saw a gas station. It didn't have a line. So I was like, no, I got half a tank. Let me go ahead and fill up. And I filled up, and they only had premium. People were rolling in there talking about, all you got is premium. I was like, if you need gas, you need to go ahead and get some gas. But our car takes its premium, so I was cool.
Yeah.
So then I called my other son. I said, you need to get out here and get some gas. And I told him where I was. And by the time he got out there, they had run out of gas. He said it took him 2 hours to find gas, and he ended up spending $7 a gallon.
Not $7.
Yeah, $7. I didn't tell you that. So it was ugly.
Hotmess.com.
So it's like, do you want to, it makes you think, do you want to buy an electric car? It's like, no, I don't want to buy an electric car right now.
I heard a report this week that said a lot of the people in California and places out there that have been buying EVs are now switching back to gasoline because it's so much drama trying to get the electricity refueled in your car because they make it really complex depending on what kind of EV you have, and you got to have like an app, and you got to have all of this different stuff when you go. It was like
anybody have an electric car? Tell us what that's like.
It was like a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, no,
apparently.
We were not putting gas in bags. I don't know what that was about. I mean, I thought a 7-year-old knew you need a gas tank to put gas in. And it used to be you go to the gas station and you were trying to put your gas in something that they would stop you. But I guess people don't want to really confront people anymore. I heard someone was chased by the police. I think this happened yesterday.
Okay. And
she had an accident and her her bags of gas blew up in the car. So she crashed the car trying to get away because she had stolen tags.
Oh, Lord.
And when she crashed the car, this explosion, boom, 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 started happening. And the cops were like, what is going on?
Right.
And she had bags
She had all the bags of gas in there.
of gasoline in the car.
Yep.
It's like, I can't even drive if you have something that has gasoline on it,
Right,
and it's in your car,
Yeah.
you can't even drive. So I'm like, how you driving around with gas in? Wouldn't it make you pass out? All those fumes? It's so weird.
I'm not sure, man. I've never done that.
I did see a meme though this week, and the meme had a person filling up gas station at the gas station filling up bags, and they said, "I need to be off. I need to get off this planet immediately." And I was like, "Ooh, that's a thought. That's a thought right now."
Hey, your boy Musk and Bezos already trying to hook it up for y'all.
Get your coins. Get your coins. You got to get your coins, y'all, because I think it's gonna get to that. They say the aliens are coming. You know,
they said the aliens already here.
Yeah.
The
So
aliens here walking around.
as of yesterday, 81% of the gas stations in this area did not have gas. We drove around yesterday. Nobody had gas.
Yep, it was the station just closed.
They're just closed. But last
It's a
night
wrap.
we were driving around, and a few of them had opened back
Yeah,
up. So it should be back to normal this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Biden.
Thank you, Joe Biden. Is it Joe Biden? But it's not Joe Biden.
Joe Biden said he was fixing it. It was gonna
He
be like a
ain't
week.
fixed nothing. Y'all so silly.
It's gonna take like a week.
Joe Biden didn't fix nothing.
Yes, he did.
Oh my goodness. So what else happened in the DMV this week?
Oh my gosh.
Graduation.
The graduation game was strong.
Yay.
Our baby girl was one of the graduates here in the District of Columbia. You know, Howard always makes the local news as well as national news frequently. So this was one of those really cool events that not only impacted Heath and Tracy, but
It was
people
a little
around the world.
different. It
People
was a
all
little
over the world have students at Howard, right?
Yeah.
And so it was dope. They had an in-person graduation, which was completely dope. So the students from the class of 20 as well as the class of
2021. Yeah.
right? Because the class of 20 didn't have any ceremony, right?
Right.
So it was just horrible. So they brought the class of 20 back as well as the class of 21, and instead of doing our typical graduation on the yard, they put all of the students in the football stadium, and they were all socially distanced.
Yeah, as you can see in the second picture.
And it was really cool, right?
They that blew out the window though, as you can see after the ceremony.
Well, you know, hey, you've been grinding like that for however many years.
So
you
our
gotta
daughter
celebrate.
took that second picture you see with everybody sitting, looking at everything.
That picture was taken by the daughter of Heath and Tracy,
Addison.
Miss Addison,
Miss Addison.
while she was in the football stadium.
Yeah,
So
we
that
don't
was-
have a
that
picture
was
of
her
Addison because
view.
we didn't ask her permission. So
That was her view.
yeah, that was her view of graduation.
Mm-hmm.
But where is my man? Here it is. So the thing about graduation and all of that is my daughter said, so our friends were like taking pictures and everything and their kids coming out after ceremony. And he was like, why don't we go down there? Why don't we go down there? And I was like, baby, you weren't supposed to be down there. And so I asked my daughter about it. And she said, Mom, she said it was ghetto.
She said it wasn't cute.
She said it wasn't cute. She said the cops were trying to move you along because you weren't supposed to be there. She said people were trying to take pictures and have conversations. She was like, no.
Well, it's essentially what happened was that the District of Columbia, President Frederick, president of Howard University, was having engagement with the District of Columbia.
Right,
They
he
were
got
doing
special
things
permission.
around the CDC guidelines, and they said, okay, look, y'all want to have in-person graduation, that's fine. But in order to meet the guidelines, you can't have parents and all these other people there because you're going to have the numbers are going to be too big.
Right.
So the idea was let the students walk and celebrate their accomplishment, but the parents are not allowed to be part of graduation.
Right.
So we stayed at home, right? And but then I saw, some of my friends, via social were there. They weren't in the stadium, of course. They were back on the
And
yard.
he got a
or
little jealous.
I'm like, I could have just gone up there.
I was like, no.
Could have gone up there and had this moment with my daughter and my other friends who have kids graduating. I was like, that would have been dope. But we didn't go up there because we were following instructions and being safe.
We did our at home thing and we were attentive to that, and we had a beautiful family brunch.
We did.
And a nice little
We
private
did.
dining situation was lovely.
We did have a lovely.
And so that's what
lovely
we
brunch
did.
on
That's
Mother's
what
Day.
we did. We were trying to,
We had the combination graduate celebration and Mother's Day with the Queen and the Queen Mother, and it was completely beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was coordinated by our oldest daughter, who was also a Howard graduate.
Yeah,
So
it was very.
shout
Yeah,
out
she
to
did do
Jasmine.
it. And the biggest news. No, it's not really. It's not really DMV news, but it was national news. Felicia
But also in
Rashad
the
is
DMV.
going to be the new dean of Howard University College of Fine Arts.
Which I know about that.
So when we were at Howard, there was a COFA, and it was normal to, College of Fine Arts. But somewhere between then and now, one of the presidents got rid of it and merged it with another college. And
College of Arts and Sciences.
when Chadwick Boseman came and spoke at graduation, he gave money to Howard to say reestablish the College of Fine Arts.
Like, y'all need to reestablish this.
And so they have reestablished the College of Fine Arts at Howard University, and alumna Felicia Rashad is going to be the dean.
That's what's up. Y'all see that picture of Felicia right there? That's when she was graduating at Howard.
That's when her graduation at Howard University. So that is very cool.
So
very cool.
Shout out to the College of Fine Arts, which our daughter Addison matriculated through.
Yeah, she did. She's amazing.
She is.
So you want a little music, Heath?
Let's transition.
So we're going to talk about relocating with Grace.
Welcome to this part of the show where we talk about designing your life in the DMV, being purposeful for how you are transitioning from wherever it is that you're moving to wherever it is that you're moving to. You have to make sure that you're designing.
So we all know moving is pretty awful, guys.
It's very stressful.
Yeah, it's very, very stressful to move. But I think when we're talking about today, as far as relocating with Grace, you want to do a couple things. We're going to give you a couple things to do. So the first thing you should do is drop the shoulds. So when you talk about that, it's like, should I be working out every day? Should I keep on this diet? Should I do this? And whatever you think you normally do, just give yourself some grace in that and just release some of that, because you got so much stress around moving, right? The second thing I think you should do is don't be afraid to stray away from that routine. If you're doing certain things at certain times with the kids and everything, try to keep that in motion, but just go ahead and say, okay, maybe I'm not going to go to bed tonight at this time, or maybe I'm not going to work out at this time, or maybe my brunch with my friends isn't going to happen this week. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to stray away from that routine. You got a lot of stuff to do. You got a lot of packing to do. You got to figure out logistics. You got to figure out different people in your family if it's not just you. So just relax. Relax about the routine. The third thing is you're going to be a little stressed out. You're going to be a little stressed out.
When I was a realtor, I used to tell people that selling a house and buying a house and moving are some of the most stressful things a human being can do. And so you have to really give yourself grace to that point, Tracy. It is said that the voice that you hear the most in life is your own.
Yeah.
And what you want to make sure that you're doing is give yourself some latitude.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing a lot. There's a lot of things happening in the world. So go easy on yourself.
Yeah. So if you need to sleep in, if you need to take a hot bath, relax. Think about that. I do that for my husband. He gets at least once a week a nice hot bath ready for him at the end of his day, just to relax. Just take another nap if you need another nap. Because the stress is going to come in. So what you need to do is understand, I'm feeling a little bit more stressed. What do I need to do?
Right.
I think what I didn't take care of myself when we were doing our move. I neglected my nails. I neglected my hair. I neglected, because we were in the middle of Panorama. So it was just like, I need to move. And so don't do that. And when I got to the new place, I was like, I'm a hot mess. I'm hotmess.com.
Yeah, got to pull it back in. Got to get it back together.
It took a minute. It took a minute to pull it back together. So, understand that you're going to be a little stressed and to take care of that. The fourth thing that we want you to remember is that accept the uncertainty. Okay? You're not going to know where everything is when you move. You're not going to know how the garbage works every whatever day. I think when we moved in here.
Oh my God, the garbage situation.
Oh, it was so weird. It was like a holiday, but people were still putting their trash cans out. We were like, why are you putting trash cans out? It's a holiday. They're like, they don't care. They come on holidays. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So you're not going to know all those things.
Yeah.
You're not going to remember. There's stuff I still can't find.
Yeah.
So and you just have to give yourself grace, accept it. Stuff's going to get lost. Stuff is going to get broken. You're not going to know where things are. You're going to find your favorite places. You're going to eat bad for a few days. Just accept it. It's just not going to be perfect. The other thing I think we learned was to ask for help. When Heath relocated, we got this huge relocation package and all these resources. And when we first looked at it, we were like, this is useless. We don't need all this. What do you get out?
I didn't say that.
I did. We ended up using almost every single resource.
We surely did.
Yeah, every single resource, and we were so glad we did.
Yeah.
Like you said, they have another new resource now. One of your coworkers was talking about.
Yeah, it was like like enlisted a broker to help him find childcare.
Yeah,
That's like what?
Yeah, that's another thing. If you are moving to the area and you're looking for childcare,
yeah, so it's very competitive.
It's very competitive
stuff,
right now.
You know, the resources are down and the need is up.
They're even talking about passing regulations to raise the number of children that daycares can have with their staff that they currently have because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's serious.
So, yeah, you said your coworker has a broker helping him look for childcare.
Yeah.
So that just gives you an idea of what it's like here right now. A lot of people are doing that.
Another says too late. Nails gone, hair dry.
I know. It's just like.
I had the same issue.
No,
my hair gone, my nails, everything's dry.
I think I had my hair in a ponytail for a month, and by the time I took it out, I was like, "What is this? What is this thing on my head?"
Right,
you know.
Right.
So I understand. So another thing you need to do is de-junk. Get rid of the clutter. So we de-junked our entire house. We had the people come back 3 times to de-junk. Do y'all know I still have a full storage room?
Still got stuff in the basement.
I cannot imagine if we had not de-junked.
Yeah, so we basically moved some stuff that we didn't even need.
And so I got another de-junk person coming next week.
Yeah.
So if you haven't worn something in 2 years, get rid of it.
Clean out the basement, clean out the attic, clean out your closet.
If the nail polish is dry, throw it away.
Get rid of it.
Just get a trash bag every weekend and just start throwing stuff in it.
Start fresh.
Just start over. And you're gonna want new stuff anyway.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're gonna want new stuff anyway. And I talk about that with furniture too. If the furniture is broken, stained, get rid of it, please. Don't nobody want to sit on that. Don't nobody want to sit on it. And when you go to a new place, there's like this air you have that's new and fresh. So, and a lot of people say, well, I can't afford that. Well, the thing about it is it's going to cost you to move it.
Right.
So it's still a cost. And we do a lot of, we don't buy a lot of new furniture. I'm not a new furniture type person. I don't like the new furniture. I think the new furniture is cheap. And so I go to consignment stores, secondhand stores, and places like that. Usually consignment stores more than anything.
Yeah.
And I buy very expensive furniture cheap.
Yeah.
So
and you can find some stuff that's like real furniture, like you can go to North Carolina and stuff.
Well, yeah, I ain't trying to do all that now.
No. I'm just saying some people into that, right? Go do the.
Yeah, I've known people to rent a truck and then you go down to North Carolina and you stay in the little hotels in Hickory and you go around to the little clearance centers. You can get some real good furniture.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
But that's not
doing
what we're talking about.
No. Keep healthy snacks around.
Because you're gonna be snacking.
And you're going to eat some crap. So get, fruit. Make sure you have fruit. Make sure you have nuts. Try to stay with water. Try to stay with water. That's going to help you feel your best. And then
get you some almonds.
Yep. I love almonds. I love raw almonds. Yeah. And I'm going to say it again. De-junk more than you think. And like I said, we had the truck come 3 times and we still have junk after we moved. I have boxes in the storage room. Kids like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, how do you not know what it is? You packed it. So, no, Libby, get rid of the cheesecake, girl. Get rid of it.
Libby's like, the hair dried, the nails dried, the
cheesecake is here already.
All of it.
You are going to have some work to do when you get to another place.
Oh my
Yes, yes, Cardoza. Yes, that's what we try to do here.
Yep.
It is daily life too. You're right, daily life too.
No doubt.
Daily life too.
Well, you know, Heath and Tracy are here to help. We want to provide value to our audience, share in the things that we can share with, and make your life a better place.
Why don't you talk to me like this all the time? You know he just does this for y'all. Just so you know.
I even ironed my shirt for you guys today.
I know he was over there. I was like, babe, are you ironing a
Broke
shirt?
out the ironing board today.
Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
We need some music.
Oh,
We need some music.
okay. I'll give him some music.
Okay, let's give them some music.
All right. What's this?
Do we need to route back through the comments today and make sure that
No.
we've captured everything that the audience wants to discuss? Are we?
I think we got all our questions. I don't
Oh.
think there were any questions from this week. Did you see any questions from this week?
Are our hearts and minds clear? I'm not sure. Let's
So
see.
we do have a service if you want to talk to us one-on-one. We'll have the link in the description below of this video.
Yeah, price is going up on that.
No, I don't. Okay.
Yes.
So
You haven't taken
if we get too
advantage.
many, we'll have to raise the price.
Let me correct my gorgeous wife. If you'd like one-on-one time with Heath and Tracy, the price is going up. So if you haven't taken advantage of the introductory prices for that, then I'm sorry. You missed out. Yes. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Lydia.
I love your picture, Lydia.
Shout out to Lydia.
If you enjoyed your time again, join us next Saturday. We'll be here. If you want us to talk about, I think we're doing Hyattsville, Maryland next week.
We did get a request for Hyattsville, Maryland in our comment section. We'll have to see if that'll be the subject matter for next week or one of the following weeks. I'll have to decide on what's most appropriate for our process.
Yeah, but if there's some place you want us to talk about, we'll be happy to. We're going to try to get out to Hyattsville and get some film for you so you can see what that looks like. The cheesecake is going to stay. Okay, Libby, I got you. I love me some cheesecake, too. I usually only take about a bite, though.
What's Christian Walton talking about?
What you need, Christian?
Christian Walton, I need a deal, Reg. This
Okay.
must be someone that we know
work
from
with.
from our technical background.
Yeah, I understand it because when you work in tech, I think you know what that means.
Welcome, Christian, to
Welcome,
the
Christian,
show.
to the
and
show.
no deal registrations will be issued today.
Not today.
Sorry.
Not today.
The Heath and Tracy package is only available if you're bringing the bag.
King George. Is that a town?
King George. King George, I think
Maryland?
is that a county? I think it's a county in Virginia, I want to say.
Okay, we'll look it up.
An area in Virginia. We'll
All
check
right.
it out.
I've never heard of it.
Yes, we'll check it
The
out.
Heath and Tracy package.
It comes with a price.
And I'm going to work on getting a meetup thing for maybe late summer. Okay, we'll check it out, Libby. Definitely.
When the city opens up, when the DMV opens up, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, maybe doing a meetup weekend.
And to that point, just a reminder for the audience, if you're coming to the DMV and you want to enjoy some of the museums and Smithsonian activities, make sure that you make reservations and get your tickets.
Now.
Because those things are free, but frequently you do need tickets.
Yeah.
So just a pro tip, a DMV pro tip there.
Yeah, Franconia is not far from us, so we'll look at doing Franconia too.
Franconia.
Yeah. Let's see. And remember,
Whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to go to, if you're moving, if you're thinking about going somewhere, don't just live there.
design your life there.
Yes.
Kara don't say, get your bag. Oh, thank you.
Kia 007, shout out.
Thank you.
Shout out to Kia 007. regular here on the show.
We appreciate you guys too. You could be doing something else right now, and you're listening to us.
Appreciate your time and
we
attention.
appreciate you. This is your show.
The engagement. We look forward to seeing everyone again.
I like this song. He doesn't like this song.
Oh, this is an excellent song.
Oh,
I think we picked it collectively.
we did.
Yes. Well, that's our show for today, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad you were able to join us. We look forward to the next time that we are here enjoying our Saturday morning with you. We wish you nothing but peace and success this week. Make it a great weekend. And make it a positive week next week. And just remember, the cicadas are coming.
Oh, you just killed my mood with that.
Well, just remember that life is a gift. Enjoy it. Enjoy it to the fullest.
Always.
And remember, it's not about what happens. It's about how you think about what happens. How about that?
The cicadas.
I got a video of one this week.
Where?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Shout out Smith.
Thank you. Where was it?
It's crawling up the street. I took a 6-second video of a cicada this week. Hit the play button again, baby. I was on my walk and I just saw him walking up the street. I said, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you?"
I'm gonna post it on the app. There's an app that you can look at.
I hit the Google Lens to validate what it was that I was looking at. And initially, the Google Lens said, "That's a termite." And so I was like, I don't know, Google Lens. I don't know. So then I reset it and I put the Google Lens back on him, and it said, "Oh, that's a cicada." No, it's not a giant roach. It's a cicada.
You're welcome, Lydia.
They are here.
Ugh.
They are coming. They're
I'll
not
be
making
inside.
the noise. They're not making the noise yet in the DMV, but they are coming.
I haven't heard them yet either.
Mm-hmm.
They're awful.
But they don't bite. So that's the silver lining in the cicada takeover, that they don't bite. And they're not interested in you, they're interested in other cicadas.
Thanks for joining us today, y'all. See you next week.
Hold it down. One love from Heath and Tracy.